Hi guys, I hope you're well. I'd like to read you a story. It's called A Mountain of Blintzes, and I hope you enjoy it. Ready? All year long, Sarah and Max worked very hard. They fed the chickens, they chopped the wood, they planted the fields, they took in boarders to earn some extra money. The children helped too. But no matter what, Sarah and Max never seemed to have enough. It was Mo, Sarah's oldest, who reminded her when Shavuot was but 2 weeks away. He was learning about it in Hebrew school. Such an important holiday, said Sarah, when Moses went to the top of the mountain to meet God and receive the laws. Such a meeting, can you imagine? What a celebration we could have. What a mountain of blintzes I could make, if only there was a little extra to spare. Sarah could just picture a big plate of stuffed pancakes. I'll have to come up with a plan, she said. Early the next day, Sarah thought of it. Maxie, she called, I've been thinking about blintzes. You make the best, he said wistfully. Not without buying the ingredients, Sarah said. Then she turned her purse upside down and shook it. Not a penny fell out. But don't worry, I have a plan. You and I will do some extra work. Extra? Who has time for extra? Max repeated. It's only for 2 weeks, said Sarah. Mr. Epstein needs help building new bungalows, and Mrs. Grossinger wants help with the washing. We'll put our extra earning of coins in a box every day, Sarah continued, and soon we'll have enough for blintzes. You agree? Max shrugged. Did he have a choice? The Torah is sweet, the blintzes are sweet, Sarah sang that afternoon as she washed Mrs. Grossinger's sheets. She winked at Natty. We have some blintzes to make, and soon. Blintzes, blintzes, a mountain of blintzes, Natty chanted. Ugh, what a boy. You remembered. A mountain of blintzes to make us think of the mountain Moses climbed up and down when he went to bring us the Torah, the laws. Sarah looked around. So new, Natty? Where are the others? They should be home from school by now. Mo, Mo, Sarah shouted into the yard and all the way to the woods. Come help hang the laundry, Mo. But there was no answer. Bessie, Sarah called. Francie, Harry, where are you? Still no answer. New? Where is everyone? Just when I need the help, the children disappear. Oh, look, she's putting the money in the tzedakah can. Later, after Sarah had collected her coins from Mrs. Grossinger, she stood all alone in the kitchen. Mo was finally to come home and was doing his chores. Natty tugged along. Who knew where the others were? If they aren't home soon, they'll be doing their chores in the dark. Sarah grumbled. Sarah was just about to drop her coin in the box when a brilliant idea hit her. With Max putting his money in, there will certainly be enough for blintzes, she thought. He has more to spare than I do. I have to buy many other things. There's candles for the holidays and materials to make the children new summer clothes. So Sarah, very pleased with herself, put the coins in her purse instead. Max was heading home from Mr. Epstein's. The coins he had earned painting the bungalows jingled in his pocket. He waved to Mrs. Katz, who was talking and taking the cakes out of her bakery window. Then he stopped at Mr. Fitzgerald's grocery to ask if they needed any more eggs to sell. Up the hill and down the road, past the dairy and the Friedman's house, and Max was home. Max waved to Sarah, who was outside helping Mo stack the wood for the stove. "What a wise wife I have," he said to himself as he went inside to put his coins in the box. Max could almost smell those tasty Blintzes, but he hesitated for a minute and was struck by the idea, such a genius I must be. With Sarah putting her coins, we will surely have enough for the Blintzes, he thought. Sarah has much more to spare than I do. I have to buy wine for the holiday, and the children all need new shoes. So Max, very pleased with himself, put the coins back into his pocket and went outside to help stack the wood. Every day, the same thing happened. Sarah stood by the box, ready to drop her coins in the slot, but then she thought of all the things she needed. She thought of Max dropping his coins in, and each day she put her coins into her purse. Each day Max stood by the box. He thought of all the things he needed to buy. He imagined Sarah putting her coins in, and each day he dropped his coins back into his pocket. After supper one day, Sarah made the announcement, "It's time to open up the coin box." Mo, Bessie, Francie, Harry, Nadie, and Max, they ran over to the counter where the box stood. Max had a dreary look as if Sarah opened the box and a mountain of Blintzes would escape out, already cooked, sprinkled with sugar, ready to eat. Never had the house been so quiet. Sarah rushed to her pocket for the key. Then she opened the lid and gasped. Max looked in and gasped too. How could that be? "Not a penny," said Mo. "You didn't put in any coins," Sarah said, turning to Max. "Not even one?" "And where are your coins?" Max replied. "Even one?" "I needed them," Sarah said. "I thought that you were putting in your coins and we would have enough for Blintzes." "And I needed mine," said Max, "and I thought with your coins we would have enough." Mo coughed. Harry shuffled his feet. Bessie and Francie giggled. "Giggle," said Max sternly. "This is not a time to giggle." "They're up to something," said Sarah. "You remember how we've been late coming home after school each day," said Bessie. "I remember," said Sarah, "while Papa and I were doing extra work." "We were doing extra work too," said Harry. "I helped Mr. Fitzgerald in his grocery store for a sack of sugar," said Francie. "Mrs. Katz gave me a bag of her very best flour for sweeping the bakery," said Bessie. "I promised to pick berries for Mrs. Friedman this summer," added Harry, "and she gave me 3 jars of her jam. And I worked in Mr. Townsend's dairy, and he's going to give me all the cottage cheese and sour cream we need," said Mo. Sarah clapped. "Then we'll have our Blintzes after all. See what smart children we have, Maxie." "Just like their parents," Max beamed. "Natty helped," said Natty. "You'll help us make the Blintzes and eat them." And Sarah gave him a big hug. When Shavuot came, they had a mountain of Blintzes with a mountain of other good things, candles and wine, not to mention new clothes and shoes for the children. And Natty helped, spreading jam on all over the Blintzes and on his face and on his fingers too. In case you didn't know it by the story, the time of Shavuot, we eat lots of dairy, lots of yummy Blintzes and cheesecake and all different kinds of foods that are made with dairy. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did telling it. Take care.